I really don't do anything else. You know, I don't really have any technical talents. I don't have any mechanical talents. But my mother passed away when I was very young, and she wanted to be a country singer. She wanted to be what I do. And I really believe when she died, there's a part of her that lives through me, that sings. Because really, it's just a very natural state for me. I really am no mind. A lot of times I can't remember shows. Like, I'll get back to the band room, or like in 3 days, the band will talk to me and say, oh, that was a great show. And I had a good time, but they'll be like, oh, this happened, that happened. I'll be like, what happened? And it's a very much of a, just like almost like a extension of myself. And I definitely feel one with the spirit of Elaine Keyes. You know, Elaine Keyes was my mom, and she wanted to do what I do. You know, I live the dream, however successful I am. I definitely live the dream, man. For me, it doesn't matter if it's a small little club. Like, people complain, dude, I love to perform for anybody, you know. I love to perform, and you gotta love to do it. If you don't love to do it, just find some other profession. If people can, you know, criticize me for how successful I've been or whatever, everybody just has to know when they come to see me, I love this. I love it, and I really care about it. So when I perform, it's something that I really love to do. So it's not whether you're, I mean, people talk about getting signed or doing this or doing that, or I've had ups and downs, you know, throughout it, but I still love to do it, man. I love it more than anything, man. There's nothing in life that I get off on. For me, this is even better than sex. You know, it's a higher, it's a transcendental experience. And you know what? As I come back out and start doing shows, or whatever, I really wasn't going to talk about sort of like about this type of stuff, but I'm not fearful at this stage. I'm going to just really be honest. I'm into that kind of like free fluid. You know, when you, I always picture Jimi Hendrix burning that guitar. You know, when Jimi Hendrix burns that guitar, he's not really there, man. He's completely limitless, and the music is expression, and that's where I am, man. I love to do it, and people who like what I do, that's fine. People who don't like what I do, that's fine too. There's some lady here tonight. We performed at a burlesque show. Right now on stage, there's like a bunch of ladies, which is really cool, man. They're like belly dancers, and they're doing this burlesque dance. And some lady came here to see a burlesque show, and she thought our show was really metal, and we're not metal at all. But she thought it was really metal. She didn't like the show. And you know what? I think it's awesome. I love not to be liked. I think that's hilarious. If you go through life thinking everybody's gonna like you, you're gonna be sadly disappointed, man. You know, when I go through the radio stations, there's some shit I like, there's some shit I don't like, man. So I don't expect anybody to like me, man. I don't give a crap. I'm having a good time, man.
Definitely.
I like doing what I do.
And what about the music industry today? Do you think it's a little different today than it was, you know, a couple years ago, or?
Music industry right now, for me, is just about being real, having a good time. You know, it's funny, I had a real love-hate relationship with my father. My father, foster father, I was a foster kid, and you know, I had a love-hate relationship with him, and there were parts of him I hated, parts of him I loved. And there's like two major lessons for my life. He never supported what I did.
That guy's out there in his underwear, man.
Oh, yeah?
He is, dude.
The guys are doing it anywhere. There's two things my dad said. He said, he would say, life is like a slap in the belly with a wet fish. And that's a big lesson in my life. Because if you go into your life expecting a thing of roses, and having these high expectations on life, you're always going to be disappointed, man. Expectations ruin the joy in your life. Go into life expecting a slap in the belly with a wet fish. And that's how my father was. My father was sort of a jerk, but that's a big lesson, man. Because a lot of times, performance, for example, I've done huge shows. The biggest show I ever did was for 3 million people, man. Wow. I did this show called the Silver Jubilee in India. There were 3 million people there chanting my name, singing my songs. That's a very high experience. If you go to every show or every time in your life, you're expecting that, you're going to be sadly disappointed. And then the other thing, he told me, he didn't really like my performing. He thought I should have be doing, you know, something more concrete, something that you're going to make money. That's not who I am. But he would always, when I get home from my shows, he'd always go, did you have a good time, Kris? And I used to always feel like he's busting my balls. Like, you know, going, you're not going to really make it, but I mean, are you having a good time at what you do? But really, it's true, man. Life is very short. You really just got to have a good time at what you do, man. And I do.
Yes, that is very eminent. Yes, you do.
I love it. Yeah, man, I'm one of those people, die hard, man. I'm not sure, you know, people tell me I've done so much stuff, man. I've been in so many different kinds of bands. I've done hardcore. I've done, you know, I've done everything. And, you know, I've released records all over the world. And, I don't know, man. I really don't know when I would stop. As long as there's a stage that I can get up and express, I don't know when I'd ever stop doing what I do. It's fun. I don't like anything. It's not fun. This whole life thing bores me, really. It's boring. It's boring. Hey, man, thanks for having me on your show, man.
No problem, man. Thanks for talking with us.
Thanks for coming out, man. So, tell me the name of your show again.
OfficialFNRadio.com.
OfficialFNRadio.com. You've been on it, baby. I'm Swiss Cheese Kris Keyes. And it's thunder and lightning out. Let's go in and watch the guy in his underwear.
Let's fucking do it, man.
Thanks, Kris.
Thank you, brother.
OfficialFNRadio.com.